What's going on, guys? This is going to be another rapid signals review from December 13th to 17th. Okay, so we're going to cover two great trades from this past week that we gave out. One's going to be EJ here, the other one's going to be gold. Here are the pictures that were shared in that Telegram channel. And we also posted this in the free one just to show you guys the results as well. So let's cover EJ first. Okay, this was a 4-hour trade. It was actually a buy. We'll cover that on the actual chart in a second here. But this trade was given out in the beginning of the week on the 13th at almost 6 a.m. So pretty early. Okay, catching that London, New York overlap. It's pretty much the time frame we're looking there. London's getting towards close. New York's getting ready to open. There was some good volume here on EJ. All right, so the buy took place at 128.07. Stop loss was 127.47, so risking about 60 pips. And our last TP was 129.37, so a nice 2-to-1 risk to reward. Okay, so there was the buy here at the mark, 128. Obviously, it played out, shot up all the way to our TP level here at 129. So let's jump over to the chart, break this down a little bit more, and to give you guys a better understanding of how this trade was spotted. All right, so overall, we were very bearish here on the higher time frame on this 4-hour, right? Very bearish. If you guys had joined that Sunday market blitz, you would have seen this analysis. We covered how price action was now in a bit of a range, and really the only trends that were going to be present between the 128 level and the 127 was the 1-hour trend. So you're looking for 1-hour confirmations. That's really the time frame that you want to focus on for trades, as long as we're below between these two levels. Okay, so that's exactly what we did. We saw a nice 1-hour transition after this consolidation. Okay, so this set of lower highs here, these three, once price action broke above that, we were now bullish on the 1-hour. Okay, now we were waiting for price action to give us our next higher low. That happened here. It took a little bit longer than we would have liked, but it held. Obviously a higher low, a lot of consolidation. And then let's take a look at the confirmations on the 1-hour. Okay, so price action started pushing up, started gaining some strength, pulled back pretty hard, and then found support. We entered on some wicks here, trying to catch the volume, and we did pretty perfectly, right? Took right off. And the target, so the reason we targeted pretty much 129.37 was it lines up with a fib level, right? Negative fib level here on the 1-hour. So if we were to draw that in, you would see that this lines up well. Obviously, price action exceeded that a little bit and then came right back through. So this was a very great trade, little to no drawdown, right? Very, very little wick drawdown there, but played out very, very nicely. Again, over a 2-to-1. So that was really nice on EJ. Okay, so it came back down and changed the trend once again. So this was the break there. This was then deemed bearish on the 1-hour once again. Okay, and notice how that holds true. That 1-hour trend is really all that's that we're able to see between these two zones. Okay, because obviously we're in a very strong 4-hour downtrend, and 128 held up as resistance. So we managed to get a good trade out of that. Looking pretty good going into next week. But yeah, good trade there. So let's jump over to gold. We'll cover this next one. Okay, this one also the entry was on the 13th. This one a little bit later, a couple hours later than EJ at 8:33 a.m. Okay, so right into that New York session, we were seeing some volume. So this was actually a short position. We sold at 129. We were looking to sell between 1790 and 1794. So looking for some sort of reaction, some sort of rejection off this major zone. Stop loss was going to be at 1795. Final TP at 1770. Okay, so let's jump over to the chart. We can see that it played out here. Here was the entry. Huge bearish volume, dropped right to our level. So let's see what that looked like on the actual chart itself. Okay, so we were very bearish here on the higher time frame too, 4-hour. And we were below 1800, and we knew pretty much as long as we were below 1800, we were looking for rejection to short. It was really our only interest below that level. So let's take a look at these confirmations. We saw a ton of consolidation here. Nice little transition. This is really the first lower high below 1800, or well, more so just this blue zone. Significant support. First time it was tested as resistance. Started pushing lower, came back up for a retest, and that's where we decided to enter. So let's cover that a little bit. So there's a little bit of a reversal right here. We saw this dying of volume, a little bit of a a little lower time frame trend of some kind just started failing. We started getting this huge bearish pressure, these giant candles, and we actually entered on that conviction. So we saw some rejection there, entered as we saw the volume was picking up, and then boom, we were in. So this turned out to be almost a 4-to-1, right? Very, very, very good. We were riding this out for a little bit. There was a good amount of consolidation. I would say probably 75% of this trade was consolidation pretty close to the entry. And then finally volume kicked in right here. That was really the first candle that set this drop off. Nice engulfing right there. Also a potential entry. If you did not take this one, that would have been great. And then consolidate a little bit more, then huge bearish volume right to our target. So we actually didn't target the bottom towards like 1765. We really just targeted the prior low, which is right at 1770. Made sense, and it was a 4-to-1. Not really gonna, be greedy and try and go for anything more than that. It's a great trade. Okay, so I pushed down, real great opportunity right there. And this was, again, playing between, a bit of a range as well. We did discuss how we saw a bunch of consolidation. So we really had to be watching these 1-hour trends and catching these transitions, these reversals, these setups, pretty much all in the 1 hour or under, while, again, we were between these two zones. So two good examples from this past week, two great trades, 4-to-1 here, 2-to-1 on EJ. But yeah, rapid signals have been pretty good. Two more great trades from this past week.